Meteorologist Dave Nussbaum. Oh, I see it right there behind you. I was going to ask about Hurricane Rafael, definitely making its presence known there on the map.
That's right. Yeah, it was a Category 3 major hurricane, the fifth one of the season here. It made landfall in Cuba earlier this afternoon. It's now just about to cross over that small piece of Cuba there and go into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. Moving northwest at 14, winds are down from 115 to 110. At this point, hurricane hunters continue to fly into it here. But notice the track briefly takes it northwest. Then now look at the latest track. This is what's new today compared to what we showed you yesterday. We had it going west and then kind of curving back to the northwest, maybe toward Louisiana or the Mississippi coast. Now looks like it's going to stay in a more direct west course. Now it's still going to be weakening quite a bit, down to a 2 to a 1 to a tropical storm here over the course of the weekend, but no longer posing a threat to the northern Gulf Coast area here. And that's a big change to what we showed yesterday. Some models were hinting at it yesterday, but now what they've been talking about is this ridge of high pressure originally going to be building a little further to the east that would allow the storm to make that northerly turn. But instead, that high is building a little more to the west. And what that's going to do is keep the bulk of this track here farther into the western part of the Gulf of Mexico, or maybe down toward the southwestern part. If it goes farther south, may strengthen again, but not going to be a threat to us. However, Texas still needs to watch it. It's still going to battle this dry air, the oranges and red you see here, and all this moisture. Look where it goes. It does come up our way, and that's going to get here this weekend and help to give us some rain, but not directly from the system here. As a matter of fact, the system could be totally exposed because these strong winds or wind shear where the airplanes fly, kind of ripping the system apart here as it works its way northward. So you'll see here again, we're talking that storm kind of making that westward turn now. And notice how we still have some pretty good thunderstorms with it on Friday. But then as the system comes a little more exposed here, notice the west and southwest, no storms there at all. And eventually you'll see here most of the storms away from the center. Not much even to it by next Monday as it kind of spins there in the Gulf of Mexico. So our rain numbers going down about 1/4 inch here to maybe 1 inch of rain. We're still going to get rain from the moisture from the system, but also a dying out front, which will head our way over the weekend. Right now we have rain too. Nothing from that though. This is just a weak little wave passing by. 70 degrees in the Coleman area at the moment. You can see some of these showers building up through Coleman, back to Baton or Birmingham area, down toward the Clanton area as well too. And again, all this light rain for that commute home this evening. So if you're going to be out and about or your kids have a practice, be prepared for some wet weather out there. At least it's not cold. It's pretty muggy, but Hansville, Coleman area, Hayden area, back toward Lake Gunnersville, Albertville area getting some of the rain from a stalled front to our north, and a weak little wave kind of working its way mainly over Georgia, but kind of on the western edge of it over our area. So for those kids sports, about a 30% chance for rain from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock this evening, and the chance of rain overnight tonight around 20%, and then for tomorrow back only around 10% here, a little higher the further north and a little south you go. But overall though, don't look for much in the way of rain beyond what we see out there this evening. So there you see 11 o'clock tonight, a couple of stray showers, maybe a few more down to the south you see initially here tomorrow morning. But overall though, looking at some pretty quiet weather. It'll be a warm and humid day with temperatures around 80 degrees as we head into your Thursday. Looking at the weekend, 79, 75 are temperatures for Saturday and Sunday. And you can see really won't have an impact there on the UAB or Sanford game here initially, but could see some rain later. And then for down to Baton Rouge right now, it's not calling for any rain, but we could see some showers trying to build up there as we get into Saturday afternoon. You can see watch down here in Baton Rouge, that rain building up as we head into Saturday evening, and a little more rain here in the Birmingham area. So your forecast calls for again temperatures near 80 the next couple of days, then staying in the 70s with a little more